Welcome to Woodrow Wilson High School in Beckley. Tonight, video production presents middle school football from Raleigh County. It's the Shady Spring Tigers, 1-2, taking on the Beckley Stratton Bulldogs. They are 0-2. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry, working with Bill O'Brien tonight. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. And Bill, we've had all day rain yesterday and today. I think the only person that would be happy about the weather would be the dry cleaner.
Well, I guess so. But, you don't even have to worry about that because now we have artificial surface here on the field.
Yeah, of course, they get those little pellets that are up under the field, and you get them all over it, and it could kind of maybe stain the uniform. But both teams are out on the field warming up. It's raining pretty steadily, but not as hard raining right now as it was when you got here. Well, it was really coming down when you arrived here at the stadium.
Well, I left the car, and I said, there's my umbrella, but it's just sort of spitting rain, no problem. By the time I got to the turf, and I was there with the principal at Beckley Stratton, Mr. Johan Smith, and he's giving me background information, and all of a sudden the spigot came on from the heavens. Oh, darn, this isn't working out very well. So I'm pretty well drenched.
Well, Bill, you should know if you would have brought your umbrella, it wouldn't have rained. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill's fault that it's raining so hard as we're about a half an hour from kicking this game off as we welcome you into the Beckley Auto Mall Dutch Miller pregame show.
Well, we've had drought for the last couple of months, so we're taking the rain, and with this surface, it's going to be fine. These teams are warming up now and getting ready to play ball. And we're about 23 minutes away from the kickoff.
Yeah, when you take a look at these teams, as we mentioned on top, Shady, the visiting team, they're 1-2. They beat Park in the opening week, but then they've had a little trouble scoring. They were shut out 6-0 against Eastern Greenbrier 2 weeks ago, and they lost to Independence 52-6 last week. And of course, Independence has beaten a lot of teams like that. So, as we mentioned, 1-2 for Shady. Beckley Stratton has yet to get in the win column. They lost to Oak Hill. They lost to Trap Hill. They were off last week, so they're coming off a bye week. They've had an extra week to prepare, and we think we're going to be in for quite a game. The rain possibly could affect, I don't know, there's not much of a wind, so it may not affect the kicking game, but the ball might be a little slippery trying to hang on to it.
Well, you're right about that. We don't have to worry about temperature problems. Temperature is 68 degrees as we came on the air, and it's going to stay in the 60s for the remainder of this ball game. But the weather is going to have an effect on the passing game for sure. And
possibly the kicking game to the point of, like, if you're trying to catch a kick and you're looking up into these beautiful LED lighting they have here at Van Meter Stadium in Beckley, and also with the rain coming down, maybe the rain hitting you right in the eye, that's one of the most difficult times to catch a ball when you're looking up into the lights and the rain coming down.
Well, and Maris, you've been around a long time. You've heard the same thing from coaches. I've asked them, do you like to play in the rain, and does your strategy change? And to a man, these coaches will say, we will run the ball more in the rain because we know what we're doing. And the fact is, when you're running a pass route and there's slippery conditions, you're not quite sure you're going to arrive where you need to be. So we'll run the ball most of the time.
And the one thing that will help out, and you alluded to, the fact that it is the field turf and it's not playing in the mud like back in your day when everybody played in the mud when it rained. When it got cloudy, they played in the mud back in your day. So now the fact that we do have the turf, but now the rain is picking up. The rain might be a slight factor, but it's still going to come down to blocking and tackling.
This is my 50th season in broadcasting sports here in southern West Virginia.
Break and come back and get you ready as we head toward the kickoff at the top of the hour between Beckley Stratton against Shady, and we're streaming live here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called Accident Forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankancity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sunshine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price. We offer great financing options too. So why wait? Transfer your home today with Window World of Beckley and let the sun shine in.
And welcome to a very soggy Van Meter Stadium in Beckley as we get you ready for the middle school kickoff at the top of the hour between 1 and 2 Shady and 2 and 1 Beckley Stratton. Tonight's game, Bill, you have who it's partly brought to you by.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, including Frobel for Judge. Today's game is sponsored in part by Michael Frobel, candidate for Circuit Judge in the 2nd Division. Michael is proud to support the student athletes of Raleigh County and would be proud to serve as your circuit judge. He is in a runoff election, and of course that'll be in November, but early voting is coming up soon. So we thank Michael Frobel. Also, we'd like to say thanks to our friends, the State Farm agent Scotty Brown in Shady Spring. You know, drivers everywhere are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app from State Farm. You can earn up to 30% discount. Just download the Drive Safe and Save app from State Farm. I've got it, and it works. State Farm agent Scotty Brown is at 681-238-6130. And Scotty Brown will give you all of the details. Remember, if you're looking for a State Farm agent, Scotty Brown can take care of business in Shady Spring. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, Bill, that was quite a lengthy read, and plus all that safe and save. Boy, that was a tough one. That was a real tongue twister,
That's
wasn't
why
it?
you gave it to me. Thanks.
That's right. Well, the rain is continuing to come down as the teams are warming up. Beckley Stratton will be in the royal blue uniforms with the white helmet. Shady warming up on the opposite side of the field. Of course, of the evening, I looked at my phone earlier before we came on. It looked like a just big glob of green through here. So it looks like the rain's going to continue to fall.
Well, it is, but, you know, these kids, they're ready for it, and the coaches too. By the way, I had a chance to talk to the Shady Tigers head man, Nick Metter. He's in his 20th season with the Shady Spring football program and his 16th as the head coach. And, you know, I said, tell me about your team. What do you do well? And he said, well, we feel that if we can control the ball, the time of possession, if we can do that, we've got a good chance to win. And he said the other thing, and most coaches will say this, if we can cut down on turnovers, we also will have a good evening. So he's saying those are the two things, time of possession and turnovers. I did not get a chance to talk to the Bulldogs coaches, Coach Law and Coach Jones, but Maris, you've had a chance to talk to some of the folks there on the Beckley side, and I know that they're pretty much going to say the same thing.
Well, that's it, and I think anytime you get into a game where you're looking as much weather as we've had, and if it's rained, like I said, it rained all day yesterday in the Beckley area, all day today, no matter whether you're playing in a mud hole or whether you're playing on this beautiful carpet, this turf, or if you're playing on concrete, you got to hang on to the ball, and I think that'll be the key. The team that is able to possess the ball and not turn it over, I think, gives that team the best opportunity to win the game.
You know, looking across the stands on the visitors' sideline, that's where all of the folks are from both teams. And as you can see in your picture, you know, there are tents set up there, but both schools' fans are on the opposite side. I guess that's a little bit easier to administrate, and rather than to have folks scattered around on both sides of the field.
Well, maybe so. I was told that earlier in the week that for Beckley Stratton games, and this is the first time I've ever heard that, Bill, when you have two sets of bleachers and the bleachers here on the home side are not condemned anymore, they're fixed up, you would think that Beckley Stratton would want their own home side and be over here on the home side behind their team and have their band and their cheerleaders, but for whatever reason they elect not to do it, and as you mentioned, both teams are on the same side of the field.
Well, that's okay. That's it's not going to be like it's elbow to elbow tonight. The people who've come out, they are ready. They're in the rain gear. They got umbrellas. They've got the little tent set up, and so they are set and ready to go. Well, I'll tell you what, in watching both teams, and as they go through their preliminaries, it's interesting that they're just going to run the ball. That's what it looks like from here.
Well, I guess that's what they want you to believe. They're going to run the ball, and then when you get a little bit of field position, you fake it and you throw the ball up top. We'll see how that works out as both teams continue to go through their pregame warm-up. We're going to head and take our second pregame break here in the Dutch Miller Beckley Auto Mall pregame show and get you ready for the kickoff at the top of the hour. It'll be 1-2 Shady against 0-2 Beckley Stratton. Coming up next here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert Z. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's, we are professional grade.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And welcome back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. We're about 10 minutes away from getting the middle school game started between Beckley Stratton, who is 0-2, the home team, against the visiting Shady Spring Tigers, are 1-2. Tonight's game brought to you in part by United Coal. Apply for a job with Affinity Coal Company. You can apply online through the Facebook page at United Coal Company, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located on Independence Road in Sophia. Also, the ball game tonight is brought to you in part by Futuristic Bowling at Leisure Lanes. Leisure Lanes has that every Friday and Saturday night from 10 o'clock to midnight. They have music, glowing lanes, the light show, fog, door prizes, just $15 a person. And you can dial up Leisure Lanes to reserve your lane right now at 304-253-7328. And Bill, with all this rain, it kind of makes you maybe want to go do a little bowling. How about that?
That would be the place to be, no doubt about it. And, not only we were mentioning the other night what you just said about Leisure Lanes, but also the food there. There's that outstanding menu. They've sort of augmented it, and it's just a great place to eat.
They did what to it?
They made it even better.
Oh, okay. You said augment something. I don't think I've ever heard that word before.
It's copacetic. Let's put it that way.
Bill, you're pulling out your big vocabulary out on me.
What can I say? All right, let's take a look at the Shady Spring lineup, and we're not going to give you the specific positions until they actually take the field, but we do know that these youngsters are going to play. The quarterbacks will alternate between Zach Hirschberger and Gibson Shepard. Also at running back, they'll have Shepard McGinnis and Avery McGuire. Also in the backfield, it should be Jackson Hale and Raylan Quessenberry. Now, other youngsters who are scheduled to play a lot tonight include Edmund Kane, along with J.C. Bailey, Kristen Ellis, Jackson Meadows, Colby Lilly, Lyric Brevieri, Tony Severino, Luke Osborne, and Charlie Scott. So those are the names that we've been given that we'll see a lot of action in tonight's game. Now, as far as Beckley Stratton is concerned, we got a different situation here. We've got the roster. We do not have the starters, and the roster is not in numerical order, so we're going to have fun tonight.
Well, Bill, it looks like that Bentley Ellis, number 10, will be the starting quarterback for Beckley Stratton. He's going through the warm-ups down below us, and also Christian Wisen, I believe is how you pronounce that, or I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Wilson or not.
But that's what they gave us, W-I-S-O-N.
Yes, so that's what we'll go with Wisen. He looks like he's been getting the bulk of the carries during the warm-up. I'll tell you what, we're going to take our final pregame break, and maybe we can figure it out during the break as we're getting closer to kickoff here at the top of the hour between Beckley, Stratton, and Park from Van Meter Stadium in Beckley, streaming live here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert Z. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
It's 4th down. Seconds on the clock. He hands it off. Finds a hole in the middle. Clear. Nothing.
Brian moves!
Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza. Better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley on a very soggy Thursday night here at Van Meter Stadium with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing. Maddie Belcher here to help direct. We also have Jackie Moon on camera. And Bill, you know, before we talk a little bit more about the game we're going to broadcast tonight between Shady 1-2 and Beckley Stratton 0-2 at the top of the hour, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about high school football. It's hard to believe that tomorrow we'll be at the halfway point of this 2024 season.
Where has the season gone?
It just flies by, doesn't it?
Well, tomorrow you've got where?
Tomorrow, Eric Thomas and I, we will be at Coal City for Bluefield against Independence, and that should be quite a battle. And it looks like the soggy stuff, the rain, I'm not sure if it's going to go away in time for tomorrow's kickoff. We could have the wet stuff tomorrow night in Coal City.
Yeah, really, and some wind to boot. So, you know, Independence had a big win last week. You did that game against Scott out of Madison. And I did the game Bluefield here at Beckley, and Woodrow Wilson took care of business. Just a lot bigger line, a lot more running backs. But Bluefield and Freddie Simon always find a way to have a good season. And so, you know, if Independence is thinking, well, we got an easy game tomorrow,
Well, I don't think they'll think that. I think John Lilly will have Independence ready to go. They got up last week on Scott 30-6 and had to hang on and get an interception at the 5-yard line in the very end of that game to hang on to win 30-24.
By the way, Woodrow is off this week. They will be back here in this stadium a week from tomorrow against Preston County, Prestons they like to be called, and we'll have that game on Video Productions. That's a week from tomorrow. But right now we're getting down to middle school ball, and Shady Spring has made their way off to the side. Stratton is still working out, and we're just about 3.5 minutes away from kicking this one off.
So while we got a minute, I want to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Edward Jones. Plan for your retirement by opening a traditional IRA or a Roth RIA. In fact, I went by to see Heather Cantley today, and Heather Cantley takes care of me. She can take care of you. You can reach her at this number, Bill.
Okay, that's a 681 area code, 681-254-0097.
Yeah, that's 681-254-0097. Also, tonight's game is also brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty, and I was by their office today as well. I made my rounds today, and Luke Richmond is the broker, and you can dial him up at 304-256-0101, or you can check him out online at wvexitelevation.com. Well, Bill, you got to put your coaching hat on now. If you are either one of these head coaches, if you win the toss, do you want the ball? Do you want to go on defense, or do you want to defer?
I know. If I'm the coach, I want the ball. I want the ball. I want the ball right now, and I want to get on the board first. I think that's going to be – I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring with this weather. So I think, I want the ball. I want to get on the scoreboard and then just play defense.
Well, we'll see how that works out as Shady across the way getting their final instructions. We're about 3 minutes away from getting this game started. The rain has lightened up, but it's still coming down. In fact, like I said, pretty much all day yesterday and definitely all day today, we've had nothing but rain. And looks like that we're going to have it again into tomorrow. So perhaps Saturday we might get a little relief from the rain.
Well, that'll work. We'll do what we got to do. Well, Stratton is finished up. Beckley Stratton coming to the near sideline bench. And so they will have the meeting of the minds with the referees. They just came here onto the turf just about 5 minutes ago. So they'll talk to the co-captains and then have the toss of the coin.
Yep, they'll meet out at the 50-yard line there in the middle of the field and flip the coin and see who's going to get the ball first. Like I said, we're about a minute and a half away from getting the game started.
Maris, when I was going into the locker room when I came in here and then got rained upon, I did walk across the field. And, all of those years that I broadcast, this stadium started in 1985, and I was doing games here until 2012. And, of course, it was natural turf. A lot of times it was natural mud. So this artificial surface is so welcomed, and it was installed so beautifully. So walking across the field, and as you said, we've had rain for 2 days, not any squish, squish, squish under my feet. It was all nice and dry, and it was easy to walk on. And I think, if anything, and one of the things too, Maris, you mentioned earlier about little pellets. I think a lot of people don't realize that with these new surfaces, they use ground up tires.
Right.
And, the little rubber pellets in there that helps cushion the blow. And that's what makes these modern fields a lot easier on the athlete's knees.
Yeah, and Bill, for those who don't know, since you've broadcast all that time and you started way back in the 60s and you're still going strong now, 50 years later, but when you did Beckley's games from 1990 to 2012, you did them with me. You and I were partners, and here we are reunited again tonight.
That's cool. Yeah. And it's always great to work with you, no doubt about it. And, well, I know basketball will be here before we know. We'll be doing some of those, too.
Yeah, as a matter of fact that you bring that up, I was just looking on the WVU Tech website earlier today, and they'll be starting practice soon, and they'll be getting underway with some of their games, which, last year we covered here on Video Productions all of their men's games at home and all their women's games at home, and you and I had a great opportunity, I and Eric, a great chance to be able to watch Tech again this year.
No doubt about it. Tech men's program in great hands, and the women's program with a new coach, and of course all the high school ball that I mostly did Shady, and you mostly did Beckley, but we did other schools in the area as well. So that'll be basketball coming up, and there'll be a preseason tournament that's going to tip everything off.
Yeah, and of course, before all that, we'll have grade school basketball. The grade school championships will be played here on the campus of Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. That'll be Monday, October 21st. And then, of course, we'll have volleyball action, which we had the other night. The captains are out at the center of the field. We'll have the toss of the coin. One difference, Bill, I'm sure you're well aware of, and let our viewers know that the difference between one of the big difference between middle school and high school, you have 12-minute quarters in high school, only 8-minute quarters here in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So the captains are out there and waiting for the toss of the coin. Got a little bit of a breeze. As I said, still raining, but not quite as hard as it was when you got here, huh, Bill?
Oh, man, the faucets opened up from the heavens, and that'll teach me. Always bring an umbrella, and it's in my car.
Yeah, it doesn't do you any good there.
That's right, duh.
See, you can blame this on Bill. If Bill would have brought his umbrella, it wouldn't have rained.
Oh, man. By the way, in talking about upcoming football, in talking to the Shady Spring head coach, I said, so who do you have next? He said, we go to Wyoming County next week. Next Thursday, they will be at Oceana, at the old Oceana High School field, which is now the middle school. So that'll be next Thursday for you Shady Spring middle school fans. That's where the Tiger team will play in Wyoming County next Thursday.
So still waiting for the toss of the coin, and looks like Beckley Stratton has won the toss. And let's see what they elect to do here.
I think that looked like he said they'll receive.
Now, when they line them up, Beckley and Bill, you were right. They won the toss. They want the ball, as you stated. So they must be listening to you, huh?
Well, they actually know how to coach,
Well, apparently you do, too, because they did what you said.
We've been accused of coaching and refereeing from the booth over the years. We're just here to report the action.
Well, there's always a lot of officials in the stands, but the ones on the field are the only ones that count.
That's it, exactly.
So we're going to have it teed up, and Shady will tee it up on the 40-yard line. That's directly across where our broadcast is, right there between the two hashes. And let's see who's going to go back for Beckley Stratton to receive the kick. And going back, one of the players going back will be Cameron Davis. He'll be on here on the near side, and also going back will be Christian Wyson. So Wyson on the near side and Davis on the far side. They're standing about their own 25-yard line as Shady will get it teed up.
That'll be Jace Bailey to kick it off for the Shady Spring team. So we'll get this game started about 3 minutes late tonight. So everybody is situated, and I think we're going right now.
I think we are ready to go. It got a little bit of a mist. It's not raining near as hard as it was about an hour ago. And looks like we are ready to go. Everybody in place. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. So 1-2 Shady against 0-2 Beckley Stratton. We are underway as they'll squib it right down the middle of the field. It'll be picked up on the far side. And Beckley Stratton should be able to get good field position as they get the ball across the 35, over the 40, and out near midfield by Cameron Davis. So a good starting field position for Beckley Stratton on their opening possession. Will have the ball on their own 48-yard line.
All right, let's take a look. We will be spot calling the Bulldogs on offense as they gather around. We were watching as they were getting ready for this game. And a couple of guys were working at quarterback, including Bentley Ellison. And let's see, he's where's number 10? There he comes.
So Ellison will get things started at quarterback for Beckley Stratton, 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line. So they'll have Davis in the backfield as they line up. Looks like a real power eye situation. And the first play of the game is going to be a running play right up the gut, crossing midfield. A nice gain that time. And that is Taylor on the carry. And he'll get the ball, as I mentioned, across midfield to the Shady 48, maybe the 47. Let's see where they put it down at. They'll put the ball down.
Right in between.
Right in between.
Yeah.
We'll call it the 47. Second down.
So you got 5, second down and 5 yards to go, the opening moments here of the first quarter. As you might expect, the game started at 6 o'clock in middle school and the shorter quarters.
And, of course, the school night, I can understand why they want to do it. And, of course, 2 county teams, not that far for Shady to come over here to Beckley to play. 2nd and 5 for Beckley Stratton. They have the ball at the 47 of Shady. Ellison, the quarterback for Beckley Stratton, up under center. It's going to be the same play straight ahead and very close to a first down as, once again, that's Taylor with the carry. And he's going to be about a yard short and bring up 3rd and 1. The ball will be put down at the 43-yard line of Shady.
And you know, Maris, if you're Beckley Stratton, you keep doing what works. So you've run twice, you've gotten 9 yards total, 3rd down and 1. And again, with these sloppy conditions, it's not that the field is a problem, it's just the rain can make the ball slippery. So that's a consideration.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 at the 43 of Shady for Beckley Stratton. First possession of the game. And here is Bentley Ellison, the quarterback. Same formation as the 2 previous plays. And the same play. This will be Taylor. He'll have a first down. He'll get inside the 40 or right at the 40-yard line, but it'll be enough to move the sticks and a first down for Beckley Stratton.
Tell you what, he looked good. He just took the hit and kept on going. The initial tackler was Jace Bailey for Shady Spring.
So they'll put the ball on the near side hash right on the 40-yard line. And it'll be another package of downs for Beckley Stratton. 2 minutes into the ball game. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. I'm Maris Lowry with Bill O'Brien. Heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins producing. Maddie Belcher directing. Jackie Moon on camera. As rain is continuing to come down, but nowhere near as hard as it was about an hour and a half ago, or as it's been virtually all day today and all day yesterday in the Beckley area. Now Beckley Stratton will run out of the shotgun with his first down at the Shady 40. Ellison takes the snap. It'll be an inside handoff. There's a nice hole and a good run down inside the 35 with a good strong run by Wyson as he'll pick up 7 yards and get down to the Shady 33. So
they were in a passing formation, but again gave the ball off to Wyson, and he got 7 yards out of it, and that's what you want. That's the safe way to go. And until Shady Spring can stop the run, keep doing it.
Well, another thing, a numbers game, you spread them out, and like you said, you keep doing with what works. And that little handoff right up the gut has worked. 2nd and 3 coming up for Beckley Stratton at the 33 of Shady. Beckley Stratton trying to get their first win of the season. They're 0-2. They were off last week. They'll work from the shotgun again on 2nd and 3. Ellison takes the shotgun snap, same play. It's a running play, trying to get to the edge, turns it up very close to a first down, but I don't think Wyson's going to get there. They run him out of bounds at the 31. He's going to come up about a yard short and make it 3rd and 1 for Beckley Stratton.
Instead of running up the gut the last couple of times, they've angled off to the left, and with not quite as much success, but here 3rd down and short, Beckley Stratton's got it going their way.
Yeah, this will be the 6th play of the drive. And they're coming up on the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. They've used up half this quarter. And that's what you want to do too, Bill. You want to be able to run up the, have ball control and run that clock. Because, you're thinking maybe with the conditions the way they are, teams are not going to score that much. So if you can get that early score, you can put the pressure on the other team. So 3rd and 1 for Beckley Stratton at the Shady 31-yard line. And this time it'll be Bentley up under center. They'll go with the power formation. Long count, handoff right up the middle. That will be a first down, had to get to the 30, and Taylor's able to get exactly where he needed the line to gain, and it'll be another package of down. 1st and 10 for Beckley Stratton at the Shady 30-yard line.
He needed a yard. He got a yard. So They're in good shape right now. The Bulldogs looking good. They've had the opening kick and have used up a lot of clock. 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, Davis put Beckley Stratton in good field position. He got a good kickoff return. Beckley Stratton started this drive on their own 48-yard line. This will be the 7th play of the drive. Beckley Stratton taking a lot of time in the huddle as they come up now to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Shady 30-yard line.
Bentley Ellison had gone to the near sideline to get the new play.
And now they'll work from the shotgun with twin receivers to the top of your screen. Now they got maybe some confusion, some movement. They got 6 on the play clock. There's the shotgun snap. They're going to throw their first pass, and that's almost intercepted.
Wow.
And, that play looked like it had disaster all over because Beckley Stratton, they kept looking toward the sideline like maybe they weren't sure. Players didn't look like they were really set. And Beckley Stratton very fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Well, again, Bailey got his hands on it, and almost, that would have been a pick 6.
So on the incompletion, the clock will stop. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Beckley Stratton. They have the ball at the Shady 30-yard line. The other Beckley Middle School team, Park, they're on the road tonight. They're down in Princeton. And no doubt they're playing in weather just like we have here because I don't think the rain just settled in on Beckley. I think it's throughout southern West Virginia.
Oh, they had a bunch of bad weather down in Mercer County last night.
So 2nd and 10 for Beckley Stratton at the Shady 30. And it's going to be a running play. And that's going to go for a couple of yards to Wyson. And that'll get the ball down to the 28 of Shady and bring up 3rd and 8.
So the Tiger defense is starting to stiffen as they're realizing that it's going to be a run most of the time, and they've adjusted accordingly. And so now instead of 5 yards per carry, it's down to 2-3 yards.
Well, and you look at this too, Bill. Beckley Stratton, of course, on the middle school level, not just them, but all middle school teams. You're not going to kick a field goal. You're not going to punt. So you got 2 downs to pick it up. And, we're coming up on the 2 minutes remaining in the quarter, and Shady has not had the ball yet. Beckley Stratton has possessed the ball so far this entire quarter. So here comes a 3rd and 8 from the 28 of Shady, from the shotgun. Ellison waits on the snap. Long count. Man goes in motion. They take the snap. Here comes the pressure, setting up a pass in the flat, and it's intercepted.
It's Bailey.
Shady comes away with a pick as the ball's intercepted at the 26-yard line, and Shady will turn Beckley Stratton over as they had the first turnover of the game with an interception.
Let me correct myself. That's 45, Raylan Quessenberry, who caught that ball.
We watched the replay there, Bill, and you can see there the ball a little underthrown, and that allowed Quessenberry to get up under it and make the pick. And Shady turns Beckley Stratton away. So they'll put the ball at the 27-yard line. That's where Shady will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. And they'll run from the shotgun. There's the shotgun snap. They'll pitch the ball to the far side. There's some running room, and that's a good gain. That's a 1st down out across the 35, out to the 36, maybe 37-yard line, but that'll move the sticks.
If you're Shady Spring, you've got to really be happy with the way that drive for Beckley Stratton turned out. I mean, Stratton was moving down the field with great regularity, and they got nothing to show for it.
That'll be out to the 38-yard line. Here's another running play for Shady. They'll get the ball across the 40 and get the ball out to the 42-yard line. And I know, Bill, you got the binoculars. You're going to have to help me out a little bit with some of the numbers there.
I'll do my best. Shepard quarterbacking, wearing number 8 on his white jersey.
And that was Bailey who carried the ball that last time to get the ball to the 42-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 6. Here's a pass in the flat, and it's a little high and behind the intended receiver, and that'll be an incompleted pass. The clock will stop with 1:13 left for the quarter and bring up 3rd down.
Cameron Davis was the defender for the Bulldogs that time, did a nice job.
So the ball will be put down at the line of scrimmage there, the 42-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and 6. They got to get the ball to the 48. That's the line to gain. 3rd and 6 coming up for Shady. Shepard, the quarterback, works from the shotgun.
McGuire and Bailey behind him.
And now Bailey comes in motion. It's going to actually wasn't a shotgun. He was up under center, and they run the ball and get it out to the 45, and it'll bring up 4th down, and I'm sure they'll go for it.
That was Avery McGuire, an 8th grader who carried the ball that time. So it is 4th down and 3 yards to go.
Yeah, they have the ball on their own 45. They've got to get out to the 48. No question they'll go for it. We're under a minute for the quarter. Once again, they play 8-minute quarters, not 12 in middle school. And plenty of time on the play clock, coming up on 20 seconds as they break the huddle. And now this time they do run from the shotgun. They'll put Bailey in motion. There'll be a cross-buck nifty play. That'll be a first down and more. Crosses midfield with a nice run. And that will move the sticks. And now there's a fumble. Beckley Stratton able to get the loose ball and take over with a turnover. And how about that? Each team has turned over the other, and Beckley Stratton comes up with a big defensive play.
Shepard McGinnis was carrying the ball and got the yardage he needed. And you can see now on the replay.
Looked like he was just stripped.
Yeah. Thanks to Little General for providing the replays. That's the beauty of working with video productions. Heavy hitter. He pushes the buttons and he makes us look good here, but you get a chance to see these key plays over again.
So each team had a nice drive going, and they each turned it over. Beckley Stratton on its first possession through an interception, and Shady on its first possession after picking up a first down, they turned it over on a fumble. With 20 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter, it'll be 1st and 10 for Beckley Stratton at the Shady 47-yard line. They'll ruck from under center, Bentley Ellison. It'll be a running play, straight ahead, and they'll just move the pile. You think they'll blow the whistle. That's about a yard, and that might be the final play of the quarter.
That should do it.
So that will be the final play of the quarter. At the end of one, there's no score between Beckley Stratton and Shady. We'll take a break. Be back in a minute here on video production. Sideline to get the play. They don't signal it in. He runs over to the coaching staff, and they've given him the play. He'll work them up under center.
It's Colton Pennington who's the center.
On 3rd down, here's a running play. That's going to be a Beckley Stratton first down as they run it off the right side, and that'll be inside the 40, and that'll be enough to move the sticks as it'll be Taylor on the carry. And they'll put the ball down, looks to be about the 37-yard line, and a new package it down for the Bulldogs.
Taylor's done a good job running the ball, so is Wyson.
So he needed 4, he got 5. See, there you go again. You can see, Bill, if you can see there on our screen, after every play, the Beckley Stratton quarterback, no matter where he's at, he runs over to the sideline, he gets the play, and then runs back in. It looks like he'd be wore out by the time that he runs to the sideline to get the play and then runs back out to the huddle.
Coach Law, Coach Jones taking care of the signals.
1st and 10, Beckley Stratton at the Shady 37. It's a running play up inside, and not a lot of running room there. A yard maybe, and that's about it.
A mass of humanity, and led by Colby Lilly, an 8th grader for Shady Spring. Good defense.
They're going to say no gain on the play, so that went for none yards. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Beckley Stratton. They have the ball at the Shady 37-yard line. Beckley Stratton 0-2, trying to get their first win. They lost to Oak Hill and Trap Hill. Shady's 1-2. They beat Park and then lost to Eastern Greenbrier and Independence. 2nd and 10 for the Beckley Stratton Bulldogs. They break the huddle there with about 12 seconds remaining on the play clock. Bentley Ellison, the quarterback for Beckley Stratton, up under center. And now we've got a stoppage in play. What do we got? I don't see flags. A timeout on Beckley Stratton. So a timeout for Beckley Stratton. And, Bill, while we got a minute, you got time for this.
Well, we want to remind you that one of our sponsors is Michael Frobel, candidate for circuit judge in the 2nd Division of Raleigh County. Michael is proud to support the student athletes here in Raleigh County. He would be proud to serve you as circuit judge. That's Michael Frobel, one of our sponsors tonight.
Also, the game being brought to you in part by State Farm agent Scotty Brown. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scotty located in Shady Spring. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. So let's see what Beckley Stratton Bill will cook up out of this timeout. Let's see maybe if the only pass that they tried, actually they tried 2 passes. One was almost intercepted and one was intercepted. So let's see if Beckley Stratton will try to attempt a pass here out of this timeout on 2nd and 10 at the Shady 37-yard line.
Well, again, the Bulldogs' running game has been good, and they're trying to show a new look.
So from the shotgun, Ellison, the quarterback, waits on the shotgun snap. Takes the snap, going to be a running play up inside, and they'll push the pile down inside the 40. Good hard run that time by Wyson. And so get the ball to the Shady 39-yard line, and they'll pick up actually, I said the 39. They'll pick up to the 35-yard line, 2 yards on the
That time it was just a mess up.
Yeah, and I think the reason it was messed up because they had to go too fast. Just Bailey able just to plow through the line, pick up a first down inside the 25 and get the ball all the way down to the Beckley Stratton 24-yard line.
You know, this is doing two things for Shady Spring. One, of course, is marching down the field. The other is keeping their defense off the field. They had been asked to perform for a long stretch to start off this game, so they'll get a chance to get a breather.
That was a 9-yard gain. It moves the sticks. We're under the 3-minute mark for the half. 1st and 10, Shady at the Beckley Stratton 24-yard line. Here's a pass out in the flat. It's caught. Oh, I beg your pardon. The ball hit the receiver right in the hands. He had room to run, and he took his eye off the ball, and that was Davis, and he could not bring that in.
He's saying, try it again. I was open.
Well, he was. If we had a chance to watch the replay, he was wide open. He made the catch. But as so many receivers do a lot of times, Bill, they look up to see where they're going to run before they haul it in. So it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up for Shady at the Beckley Stratton 24-yard line. Shepard pitches it back. There's a running play to the near side, inside the 20, down inside the 15. That's a good hard run that time by McGuire. Avery McGuire on the carry, and that's a first down at the Beckley Stratton 11-yard line.
And again, you got to like his teammates blocking because he had just enough room to operate to the left side, to the near side of the field. And so now they're knocking on the door, 11 yards away from the score with 2:35 left on a turning first half clock.
That's a 13-yard pickup for Avery McGuire from the 11. So they can get a first down without scoring. They can get a first down at the 1. Shepard. Quarterback turns the ball, hands it off. There's a nice gain inside the 5 and just plowing their way through.
Bailey again.
Jace Bailey, an 8th grader, just plowing his way through, and they'll get the ball down. Looks to be about the 3-yard line. A good gain of 8 on first down.
So the Tiger team looking good here in the late stages of the half. And Maris, you've got things going your way.
Well, Shady has it going their way as they started this drive back on their 37-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It'll be 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down from the 3-yard line. They can get a first down at the 1. Bailey says, the heck with that. We'll just plow into the end zone for a touchdown. That was a very impressive drive. That was an 8-play, 63-yard drive as Bailey will finish off the drive with a 3-yard run. And with 1:42 remaining here in the first half, that'll take the lead to 6-0, and I'm sure Shady will go for 2 here.
We ran right over Taylor. Just steamrollered.
So Shady will line up and go for 2. But very impressive. 8 plays, 63 yards. The 2-point conversion, the ball is fumbled, and it will not be successful. So your new score with 1:42 remaining in the half will be Shady 6, Beckley Stratton nothing. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia as Shady goes 63 yards in 8 plays. They get the 3-yard touchdown run from Bailey. The 2-point conversion fails, and Shady's in the lead at 6-0. So, Bill, if you take a look at that and you look at the drive charts, Shady has ran 12 plays. They have the points, where Beckley Stratton, they have run 16 plays, and they come away empty-handed.
Yeah, 2 mistakes, no doubt about it. So the Bulldogs, that's one of the things that any coach will tell you. You got to cut out the mistakes, especially with weather like this and the shortened clock. So they got to get things going on now.
So it'll be time for Shady to kick off. As Shady, like I said, that was a very impressive drive. The ball is teed up halfway, right there in the center of the field, halfway between the two 40s. And going back for Beckley Stratton, it looks like Davis is one of the players back. They're standing, and I can't quite see who the other player is, as here comes the ensuing kickoff. And it will go to the far side over there. And a nice return for Beckley Stratton across the 40.
Cameron Davis.
Up to the 45. Davis crosses midfield, breaking tackles, carrying tacklers with him. And a great return by Davis. He gets the ball all the way down to the 45-yard line of Shady. So Davis, to start the game, had a nice kickoff return, and he has another kickoff return that puts Beckley Stratton in business. They have 2 timeouts remaining with 1:32 left in the half. Beckley Stratton does, down 6-0, and they have great field position at the Shady 45.
Last time the Bulldogs had the ball, they started on the Shady Spring 47 and gave it up on downs. This time they're starting on the enemy 45.
So let's see what they do here as Bentley Ellison will work from the shotgun, have twin receivers to the top of the screen. Ellison takes the snap. It's going to be a running play. They go to Davis looking for running room. He's kind of zigging and zagging and only able to get a couple yards on the play. Trying to find a lane to run through, and there just wasn't one there. And he's able to pick up a couple of yards to get the ball to the Shady 43.
Again, the Tiger team has just really made the changes they need. They had to do a little bit of corrections. They've done that on defense, and they've shut down that run for the most part.
Well, and Beckley Stratton's taking a lot of time. We're under a minute, and they don't seem to be in that big of a hurry, under a minute left in the half. So it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. Excuse me, Ellison up under center. Long count. They're going to run the ball straight ahead, and that's not going to get much. And that's Taylor, and you think Beckley Stratton might burn a timeout. The clock's running. We're coming up on half a minute remaining in the first half. Halftime, we will recap, and we'll also have Beckley Stratton AD, Felicia Law will be with us, and now Beckley Stratton will take that timeout with 24 seconds left in the half, and it'll be a 3rd down coming up. Beckley Stratton will have 1 timeout left, Bill.
Well, Maris, is one of those times where this is a big break for Beckley Stratton. They've had their opportunities. They moved the ball early on in the game, and then Shady Spring adjusted, and now Stratton's got to come up with a new strategy. And here late in the half, maybe they'll try to throw the ball, but again, the rain now has picked up a bit.
Yes, it has. It's picked up quite a bit. It rained really heavy when we got here a little bit before 5, and then it kind of slacked up a little bit, but then it's continuing to rain really hard right now. So out of the timeout, the ball will be at the 43-yard line of Shady. It'll be 3rd and 8, 24 seconds left in the half. So Beckley Stratton has another timeout. So they have, if they want to throw the ball, they have the whole field at their advantage. They don't have to work sidelines or get out of bounds. The clock will stop on a 1st down, and if they throw the ball down the middle of the field, they can burn their final timeout. So Ellison from the shotgun. Looks like there was some movement, and they're going to run the ball, and that's not going to gain much. And that's Wyson, and that might be the final play. Well, there's Beckley Stratton going to take their final timeout.
Now they might as well go for it.
Well, they're going to go for it. Yeah, the only way you're going to punt unless you're really backed up in your own territory.
And air it out.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. It seemed like that was a slogan. It seems like I've heard about that before. Ball at the 43.
You're swishing me.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow night, Eric Thomas will join myself along with our crew. We'll be at Coal City, West Virginia, Bloomfield and Independence on Video Productions. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. I think we're going to have a big crowd. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, will be there, our entire crew. And we're looking forward to that tomorrow. And like I said, Bill, it's hard to believe that after tomorrow we'll be at the halfway point of the 2024 high school football season.
Well, this season is just crazy fast.
So a 4th and 8 with 16 seconds left. I'm with you. I think if you'd probably want to air it out here. And we'll see what Bentley Ellison, the quarterback for Beckley Stratton, he's working from the shotgun. He's got twin receivers to the top of the screen. Got plenty of time on the play clock. Takes the snap. They're going to do a running play. Coming to the near side, and that's not going to get the needed yardage. And
that was Kendon Parks.
Yep. So Shady will take over on downs as they get the stop. So Beckley Stratton in 3 possessions of the first half, an interception, and then give it up on downs. Shady has fumbled and had a touchdown drive, an 8-play, 63-yard touchdown drive. And Shady will take over with 11 seconds left. And you figure, Bill, with the lead, where the ball is, you figure if you're Shady, you probably just take a knee and just get in to hopefully what is a dry locker room.
I was there. It is.
like I said, the only person could be happy about the weather tonight would be the dry cleaner.
Are there any of those left?
Well, that's back in your day, right?
That's right. Everything's wash and wear now. You know?
Yeah. Well, you have to wash, dry, and wear, don't you?
Yeah.
After you squeeze out all the rainwater, right?
Oh, man. It's not complaining, though. We are desperate for the rain.
While we got a minute, tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Edward Jones. Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones local financial advisor. You can call Heather at 681-254-0097. Also, the game tonight being brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty, Luke Richmond, your broker, 304-256-0101. So let's see what Shady will do. They have the ball on their own 43-yard line with only 11 seconds left. You think they might just take a knee or see if they can bust one here. And they're actually going to throw it. Shepard to throw. And they hit his arm, and it's intercepted at midfield. And Beckley Stratton's going to get another crack at it with 3 seconds left.
Wow. Let's see if I think that was Dylan Hendricks who intercepted.
So Beckley Stratton's going to get one more crack at it.
Take a look. His arm was hit, and it just sort of like a dying quail went right into the arms there. Okay.
So unless we have a defensive penalty, this should be the final play of the half, as Beckley Stratton will have it. And they seem like they've got a bunch of timeouts because they keep calling them. And I know they've called more than 3 timeouts. And they have the ball on the Shady 46-yard line.
The last 3 possessions that Beckley Stratton has, they've all started in Shady Spring territory. 47, 45, and now 46. And they've just not been able, the Bulldogs have not been able to cash in. So they'll have one last play of this half with a 6-0 score favor of Shady Spring.
Yeah, and their first possession started on their own 48, so they've had good starting field position on all of their drives. This technically will be the 4th drive of the first half, even if it is just for one play.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what Bentley Ellison decides to do. You think he would just rear back and throw the ball as far as he can with only 3 seconds left on the clock. From the Shady 46, they put a man in motion as Beckley Stratton. They're going to run the ball. And turning the corner there is Davis, and that's the end of the half as he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So that's the end of the first half. At halftime, your score is Shady 6 and Beckley Stratton nothing. We'll take a break, come back. We'll have Beckley Stratton Athletic Director Felicia Law will be our guest, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sun shine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price. We offer great financing options too. So why wait? Transfer your home today with Window World of Beckley and let the sun shine in.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley on this soggy Thursday night. And at the break in this middle school football game, Shady's in front of Beckley Stratton by the score of 6-0. We have the athletic director of Beckley Stratton, Felicia Law. And Felicia, we welcome you in to the microphones at Video Productions.
Well, thanks. Good to be here.
Well, you know, Felicia, you and I go back a little bit. You know, your son played high school basketball at Beckley Woodrow Wilson for the men's team, of course, and your daughter for the women's team. And you and I got to know each other that way, and you were keeping the book. And when I was doing radio, we worked side by side, and now you've moved into the athletic department at Beckley Stratton. So tell me how that kind of transpired and what's going on with the athletic department at Beckley Stratton.
Well, last year our our athletic director, Dr. Cole, this summer left to go to Nicholas County. And so when the position came open, I said, I'll go ahead and give it a try. I throw my name in the hat. Love sports, have been around sports all my life, so it was kind of like a logical thing for me. Had a little extra time on my hands. The kids are gone away, and so it was just something to do to kind of fill the time and, my love for athletics.
Well, when I heard that you were taking the position, I said you would be perfect for the job. So whatever it's worth, you have my endorsement at the job you're currently doing.
Well, thanks. That goes a long way. The Lowry name goes a long way in sports around here in Beckley. And so, it's just a great opportunity for, me to give to the community. Like I said, through my love of sports, we'll do anything to help support the kids. And I always think that athletics is an excellent way for students to complement their academic endeavors. I always told my kids, you are a student athlete. The student part comes first, and then, we take care of the athletics.
That's why you're going to be a great athletic director. So let's talk about your kids. Where are they right now? What are they up to?
Okay, so RK is in his senior year. It's so hard to believe.
That is hard to believe.
He's in his senior year. He's finishing up at Bridgewater College in Bridgewater, Virginia, which is right outside of Harrisonburg. And Adriana is in her junior year at West Virginia State. And, time has just flown by. I just cannot believe both of them are talking about the possibility of graduate school. RK, of course, is talking about coaching, and Adriana, athletic training. So they both have a passion and a love for sports, particularly basketball, of course. But, they're doing great.
Well, that's great. I enjoyed covering both of them through my career. I used to see you at the soccer field all the time walking. You're looking good, so I can tell you that walking has been great for you.
Well, thanks. Trying to keep up with it. We were talking earlier today. I spend a lot of time on I refer to it as my treadmill this time of year. So I try to get up in the morning, get my little cardio in, and head to school. And so it's just been something that I've enjoyed doing. And so I told the kids I'm about 10 miles away from a new pair of shoes. So if you know me, you know that I love my shoes. And I found the perfect athletic director tennis shoes. They're the perfect blue. And so I said when I hit about 400 miles for the year, then that was my reward.
All right, I got to run this by you because, I used to walk out at the soccer field. And the reason I don't walk there anymore because Coach Barstow recruited me to play pickleball. And I think that would be perfect for you. And I'll tell you, I played pickleball 3 times a week, and I fell in love with it. So I don't even know where the soccer field is anymore because I play pickleball all the time.
Listen, I don't know what it is about this pickleball craze, but it's just like, even Olivia Zilkowski was talking about pickleball. And so, I don't know, where this pickleball thing came from, but, if that's what you love to do, go for it.
Well, I'll tell you, the thing about it is all ages play there, and it doesn't matter how old you are, how tall, how short. If you can move, you can play, and it's very addicting. And Coach Barstow, once he got me in, and I had to go through a training session with him for about an hour and a half in 90-degree heat before he'd let me play, but I'm glad I did that. And I think that's something that you would really like if you did it.
I don't know. I decided I don't know. It's been almost 20 years, I guess. Well, maybe not that long, but since I played volleyball, and so this summer, I was getting out trying new things, and decided to lace up the volleyball shoes again. I told RK, I was like, in my mind, I still play like I'm 19, but my knees remind me that I'm 46.
No, but you look 19.
So my knees definitely reminded me that I was 46, and I was definitely not in my prime anymore, but it was a lot of fun. So, try to stay active.
There you go. And you've done a good job at it. Like I said, you look like you're 1946. Maybe you could pass for 25 for sure.
Well, hey, you might be my favorite Lowry brother again.
Well, again, I should always be your favorite Lowry.
So, I did get to work with Mario for a while.
Sorry about that.
So, but that comment might have moved you back up there.
I got you. Well, Felicia, we appreciate you taking the time, and we wish we could have had a better night weather-wise for this game, as the rain doesn't look like it's going to go away tonight.
No, and you know what? I think, last night would have been bad too. Tonight's a little bit better, but I'm just grateful that we play on turf and that we don't have to find a makeup day.
Yeah, that's what Bill and I were talking about. Good thing the game's on turf, because in the old days, it would have been nothing but mud out there tonight.
Oh, definitely. And we probably would have had to call it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Felicia, we appreciate you taking the time to come by. We're going to take a break and get you ready for the second half. Shady in front of Beckley Stratton, 6-0. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much.
You too, Morris. Thanks.
Maris. Yes. All right, we'll take a break here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we welcome you back here to the Massey Power Sports Halftime Show. The rain continued to come down with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry. Shady leads Beckley Stratton at the break 6-0. And Bill, what a great interview the athletic director of Beckley Stratton, Felicia Law, was. And we appreciate her coming up here. She had an umbrella. She had the smarts, Bill, to bring her umbrella.
All right, rub it in.
Well, you know, the thing with Felicia, if she didn't have an umbrella, she would have melted before she got up here to the press box. She had to have an umbrella.
I tell you what, she did such a good job. I think my job is in jeopardy. And I was asking her after she got off the air, she is in charge of 10 sports. I mean, that is not an easy job, and she makes it look not only easy, but seems to enjoy it.
Well, you know, that's the whole thing about anything in athletics. And, Bill, you had mentioned this is your 50th year and my 35th year of doing what we're doing. And if you don't love it, then whether it's broadcasting or around athletics or no matter what it is, if you don't have a passion for doing it, then you probably shouldn't do it.
Exactly. That's it. That's it. Well, do we have one more break before?
We do not, but actually, I tell you what we do have. We have some live reads that we could have you get in. Let me see what we can do here as we can
Well, teams are out and ready to go. We'd like to remind you that Affinity Coal is one of our sponsors. If you'd like to join the team at Affinity Coal in Sophia, they've been in operation since 2011. They offer no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. Affinity also offers company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company matching 401k. Affinity Coal operates an underground mine, surface mine, prep plant, and high wall miner in Raleigh and Wyoming counties. If you'd like to apply for a job with Affinity Coal Company, you can apply online. Their Facebook page is at United Coal Company. That's Facebook at United Coal Company. Or you can pick up an app at the Guard Shack on Independence Road in Sophia.
You can also talk about Leisure Lanes.
Hey, my favorite place, Futuristic Bowling. It's Friday and Saturday nights from 10 p.m. until midnight. If you want a blast, it's Futuristic Bowling. They got music. They got the glowing lanes, the light show, the fog, the door prizes. It is something special. Futuristic Bowling, and it's located on Johnstown Road at Leisure Lanes.
Yes, and you can dial them up at 304-253-7328 to make your reservation. So ready to start the second half. Shady will get the ball to start the second half. They lead in the ball game 6-0. As Beckley Stratton will tee it up, and getting ready to put the ball on the tee there will be Cameron Davis. He's halfway there right there halfway in the middle of the field, and we're moments away getting the second half underway.
Only score was a 3-yard run for Shady Spring by Bailey late in the half.
Yeah, it was a nice drive. That was an 8-play, 63-yard drive, and the rain continues to come down. And we are ready to start the second half. Here comes the kick, and they'll be to the up man there at the 40. So Shady's going to have good field position, even though that was good coverage. Shady will have the ball at their own 42-yard line. And trying to see who it was.
I think that was Tristan Fox.
So that's where Shady will begin, across the 40, leading in the ball game 6-0. Tomorrow night, Video Productions will have the Independence Bluefield game from Coal City. Eric Thomas and I will have it. We'll get you started at 6:30 with the 7 o'clock kickoff. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, will be there. Our crew, 1st and 10 now for Shady. Shepard did a fantastic job at quarterback in the first half. He's got it now on the keeper. He's got some running room. He crosses midfield. He's very close to a first down, and it all depends where they put him down at. He might be just a little short of the line to gain, but a good start for Shady to the second half.
Dylan Hendricks made the sure tackle, but not after a big gain. By the way, speaking of upcoming, Woodrow does not play this week. They've got the off week. They'll be back here on this turf a week from tomorrow. Home game, and it'll be against Preston, and we'll have it on Video Productions.
Yeah, they'll give him 9 on the play to the Shady 48. 2nd and 1 to the Beckley Stratton 48, I beg your pardon. Here's a running play, a sweep to the far side, getting the edge. That's a first down. Turns it up inside the 40. This is a big play. This might go to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. McGinnis. No flags, as McGinnis will have a 48-yard touchdown run. And Shady coming out of the locker room to start the second half, a 2-play, 58-yard drive and a 48-yard touchdown run from McGinnis gives Shady a 12-0 lead.
And he broke a couple of tackles, too. He really did the job.
You got to like the way they ran that play, that sweep to the edge. And once McGinnis got to the edge and able to turn the corner, he broke a tackle and then got free and gets into the end zone. They'll bring the ball here on the near side hash as we watch the replay there. So 12-0 the lead, and we're not quite a minute into the second half yet.
Going to go for 2.
Yep, go for 2 here. If they're not careful, they're going to have a delay of game. And there it is. They took so much time, and now they're going to be penalized. Will Shady 5 yards and take the ball back to the 8-yard line for this 2-point try. But, yeah, after the touchdown, they took so much time of trying to get the 2-point conversion play and get the offense set build that they let – and that's just a critical mistake to have a delay of game on something like that. So here's the 2-point play from the 8-yard line. To throw Shepard across the middle. It's broken up. Good defense that time by Beckley Stratton. So your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. That was a 2-play drive that covered 58 yards. That was a 48-yard touchdown run from McGinnis. The point after, or the 2-point conversion, I should say, is not successful. So it was 7:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Your new score is Shady 12 and Beckley Stratton nothing. So now, Bill, I think if you're Beckley Stratton, you know, you had in that first half, you've had, even counting like the last play of the half, you had 4 possessions. Of course, that last last possession was only one play. So basically 3 possessions and 1 play. Now you're down 2 scores. I think you got to come out with a little bit more urgency when you get the ball here.
No doubt about it. And Beckley Stratton, as we said, started out with a good, strong run game, and then Shady figured it out and changed their defense. But Beckley Stratton had 4 offense chances in the first half. First time an interception, next time on downs, and then the last time they had it, it was right at the end of the half.
Yeah, they only had it for one play. Technically, that was a drive, but it was just one play.
Yeah.
And this ball's going to get past Davis on the far side, roll back inside the 20, and Davis makes the first man miss, and he's not going to get back to the 25, or will he? Maybe the 24, but once the ball got past him, we knew he was in trouble, and Beckley Stratton will start this drive. Let's see if they'll give him the 25. As the official crossed the way, I think they're going to put him down at the 24-yard line. And that's where Beckley Stratton will start this drive, as Beckley Stratton trails in the game 12-0.
This is their worst starting on their 4 previous possessions. They started out near midfield the first time, and then the next 3 times in Shady Spring territory on the 47, 45, and 46, respectively. So now they got a long way to go.
Yeah, one thing, too, I think they got to have a little bit more urgency, a little bit more pep in their step. And let's see what they do. Will be their first snap of the second half. And the quarterback there, Bentley Ellison, works up under center. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. And this will be I'm not sure if he was trying to pass.
A disaster.
Yeah, they were trying to. Yeah, you're right. It was a disaster for Beckley Stratton. They ran the ball, and they're going to lose back to the 20-yard line.
So that was Wyson who got the carry, and he just had no chance.
I would say he got snowed under, but in this case, more like he got rained under, right?
That's a fact.
And they'll take the ball back to the 21-yard line. But like I said, Beckley Stratton, it takes such a long time when after every play, the quarterback runs over to the sideline, gets the play, then has to run back. And by the time they break the huddle, you're approaching almost 10 seconds left on the play clock. And that's the case here now as they break the huddle with 10 seconds. So they've got to have a little bit more urgency as they're down to 5 seconds on the play clock.
Parks is wearing number 4 in the backfield.
And it'll be a running play up the middle, and that's not going to go for nothing. There's just no lane to run through, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long for Beckley Stratton on their own 21-yard line.
So, again, Shady Spring has made the corrections defensively, and they've shut down the run. 3rd down, long to go, 14.
So Shady's 2 touchdown drives were 8 plays, 63 yards, and 2 plays and 58 yards. And touchdown runs, one by Bailey and one by McGinnis.
You know, Ellison's going to be out of gas. He's had to run to the sideline, the quarterback, after every play to get the play.
Well, like I said, it takes so long, and by the time they get out of the huddle, they're down to like 6 on the play clock, and they've got to really rush the play. 3 on the play clock, and they just get it off. They're going to run the ball up the middle, and that's going to lose a couple of yards. And 4th down, and if they have a punter, you think this is what they have to do is Taylor. Just there's just nowhere to go.
So, looks like it's punting time. This will be the first punt of the night.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't look like that they're going to punt, Bill, you would think, but I'm not sure they're going to punt here. And if you don't make it and you're already down 2 scores, boy, you really give Shady a short field. Nope, doesn't look like they're going to punt it.
You're right. Oh, my gosh.
And now we've got a whistle and we've got a stoppage of play. It's now Beckley Stratton's going to take a timeout.
I think they realize that's probably not a good strategy when you got 4th and 14.
And you would think that you wouldn't call a timeout to punt. If you were going to punt, you just go ahead and punt.
Deep in your own territory.
But that's why I don't think they're going to punt. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it.
Well, obviously the running play isn't working anymore, so.
So while we got a minute, we'll tell you that tonight's game, Bill, is brought to you by
our friends at Michael Froebel, candidate for circuit judge in the 2nd Division of Raleigh County. Michael is proud to support the student athletes here in this county, and he would be proud to serve you as Raleigh County Circuit Judge. That's Michael Froebel.
Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some pig at Cracker Barrel, the old country store. Locations in Beckley and Princeton. From time to time, we have our pregame meal there. Me and the heavy hitter had a pregame meal there a couple weeks ago. Love me some fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans. They take great care of us at Cracker Barrel. All right, well, now, Bill, let's see. Now they might elect to punt. I'm surprised, like I said, that they took a timeout to punt. And that's what they're going to do is lined up to kick the ball away will be Davis. He's standing on his own 10-yard line. He takes the snap. There's the kick, and that's a pretty good kick. It'll be returnable. Short field for Shady as they get it on the 45 down the near sideline. There's some running room. And could have a horse collar tackle, and we do. There's the flag. As that's a nice return, and you're going to have to help me out because the jersey got pulled, and it's kind of all crunched up there, and I can't quite see the number for Shady.
I've got the field glasses on him, and I think that is 22.
I believe that is correct. And that is Davis, Braden Davis. So he got horse collar down. And that is a penalty, and that'll be half the distance. He caught the ball on the Beckley Stratton 45. He ran it down to the 10-yard line. There's the call, which is a personal foul of horse collaring. So it should be half the distance and take the ball down to the 5-yard line. That should be the case.
And the defender really had no choice. Had he not done that, it would have been a touchdown.
They'll actually put the ball down at the 4-yard line. And maybe a chance for Shady to deliver the knockout blow. Shepard up under center. It'll be a running play straight ahead. They move the pile into the end zone for a Shady touchdown.
Bailey.
So Bailey gets his second touchdown, the third touchdown of the night for Shady. And that was a one-play 4-yard drive. And that was set up by the nice punt return by Davis and then the horse collar penalty. That extends the lead for 18-0 for Shady. And now they'll line up and they'll go for 2. So Shady lined up to go for 2, leading 18-0. Shepard up under center. Going to throw for it. Now decides to keep it. And Kenny's fighting for the goal line. Does he get in? He does. And there's the 2-point conversion. That is successful. So your new score with 4:23 remaining in the third quarter is now Shady 20 and Beckley Stratton nothing. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Man, I'd love to have me a nice cold Pepsi in that blue can, as that was a one-play 4-yard drive and the touchdown run by Bailey, his second of the night. And now makes things really tough, Bill, for Beckley Stratton as they trail in the game now 20-0.
We got to give credit to the Tiger team, coached by Nick Metter. They were having trouble stopping the run early on, so they made adjustments and stopped that. And now they've been able to score both times they've had the ball here in the second half and have a nice pad here as we're late in the third quarter. And a 20-0 lead for Shady Spring.
Yeah, and Bill, you're so right. Shady has had the ball for 3 plays in the second half and scored 2 touchdowns.
There you go.
So that was set up, like I said, by the big punt return and then the penalty, the horse collar penalty, and now Shady's set to kick the ball back off to Beckley Stratton.
McGinnis with 1 touchdown of 48 yards, and Bailey got the other 2 touchdowns, one from 3 away and one from 4 yards out.
So 20-0 the lead for Shady. Shady trying to go to 500 at 2-2. Beckley Stratton trying to get their first win. That ball's kicked out of bounds. That'll be a penalty. And I'm sure if you are Beckley Stratton, you would just take the ball up on your 35-yard line.
Is that a penalty? Yeah.
Anytime
because
the ball
he kicked it
goes,
across.
When you kick it out of bounds.
I thought it might have been touched first, but it wasn't.
No. So it looks like Beckley Stratton will take the ball at the 35-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, as I mentioned, right there at their own 35-yard line.
Well, they're going to have to get creative now. Run game is bottled up. Even though it's still raining, it's not raining as hard, but I know that makes it tough to pass, but that may be the only option that the Bulldogs have.
Yeah, I don't know what the conversation among the officials is now. They will not sit the ball down, but when the ball is kicked out of bounds,
I'm thinking they're saying that maybe it was touched. I thought I saw it touched.
Well, I mean, it could be. I didn't see it if that was the case. And if it was touched, the ball will go down where they out of bounds where they touched it. And you look like you might be right, because I don't think you are right, Bill. The ball must have been touched because they're putting the ball down at the 32-yard line instead of the 35. So you were on top of it.
Oh, man. Just lucked out. Plus it helps to have field glasses.
So the ball will be at the 32-yard line. So by touching the ball rather than let it go out of bounds, that cost Beckley Stratton 3 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 32-yard line. It'll be Ellison up under center, the quarterback. It'll be a running play. And that'll go for a couple of yards, and that'll be Wyson.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to get the ball out to the 34-yard line and make it 2nd and 8.
Well, again, the Bulldogs like to run the ball, as we've told you, and obviously they've done that tonight, but they normally have several guys to take care of those duties. They've been using Taylor and Wyson and Davis, but Shady Spring has dug in with a 5-man defense and using 3 linebackers.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs on their own 34-yard line. As the rain continues to come down, not quite as hard, but it's pretty much been a steady rain throughout this whole game. And Beckley Stratton looked like they moved early, no whistle, and there's a nice run up inside. And they'll get across the 35, maybe out to the 37, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down play.
Wyson again carried, and Shady Spring had put 9 of their 11 players up at the line of scrimmage. That's when you throw the ball, but it's easy to say up here. And again, with the weather, maybe not.
Well, you're down 3 touchdowns, so, you're looking at a 3rd and 5 here. And maybe even if you throw it, maybe even if you try to throw something in the flat, try to get maybe one block or maybe have a defender miss you, maybe you might be able to break a play, maybe for a big one.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what Beckley Stratton does. 3rd and 5 on their own 37. Ellison, up under center. And they're going to run the ball, and that's going to be very close to a 1st down. I don't think that Wyson's going to get there. He's almost at the down marker, but I think he's going to be about a half a yard short and bring up 4th down.
This time you will go for it.
Well, no question here. Yeah, they're about a half a yard short of what they need. They've got to get out to the 42. Actually, they put the ball at the 41, so actually it's pretty much a full yard on 4th and 1. Clock continued to move as we're approaching 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter, and Shady in front, as you can see on the screen there, 20-0.
Pepsi recap, if you've just tuned in. Nobody scored first quarter. Shady scored a touchdown in the second, led 6-0 at the half, and now they've added 2 more TDs here in the 3rd.
So here's 4th and 1 for Beckley Stratton. They look like they moved too soon again, but it's not going to matter.
I think there's a fumble.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's 4th down. They're not going to get with the line to gain, but it looked like that the right side of the line moves too soon, but it doesn't matter because Shady's going to take over on downs.
And that is the 3rd time that the Bulldogs have given up the ball on downs.
So from the Beckley Stratton 40, that's where Shady will take over. Shady has run 3 offensive plays here in the second half, and they scored on 2 of them. And now they have complete control of the game, and so they'll take over 1st and 10 at the Beckley Stratton 40-yard line. So it'll be Shepard, the quarterback, who's done a really good job tonight for Shady. Puts a man in motion. He fakes it to throw. They're going to set up a screen to the far side.
Bailey,
he's got a 1st down. He's down inside the 30. That's well-executed plays. He gets the ball down to the Beckley Stratton 28. They'll pick up 12 on the play.
That was a beautifully done play by the Shady Spring Tigers. See if we've got that again.
So as we look at the Access Health instant replay, there's the finish end of that play as the 12-yard screen pass moves the sticks, 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line of the Bulldogs. And right now it looks like Shady in this 3rd quarter, Shady's really imposed their will on Beckley Stratton.
Mm-hmm.
There's a penalty flag, and let's see what we got. Came on the far side there. From the Shady bench. It's going to be offsides. I think Beckley Stratton, somebody lined up in the neutral zone. So they'll mark off the 5 yards, take the ball down to the 23-yard line, and make it 1st and 5.
Everything is going Tigers' way, no doubt about it.
So 1st and 5 for Shady at the Beckley Stratton 23-yard line. Comes a run to the near side. And going to be close to a first down. As carrying the ball that time is McGuire. And that will be enough for a Shady first down. They're going to put him down right there just shy of the 15, or actually right on the 15, and that'll be a first down.
Shady Spring likes to use a lot of players in the backfield, too. And Avery McGuire is one of them, wearing number 1 on his white outfit.
So 1st and 10 for Shady at the Beckley Stratton 15. Shady's had a big third quarter. They've scored each of the 2 previous times they've had the ball. Shepard to pass. He's got time, throws the ball in the flat, had a man out there, and he just couldn't make the connection.
Intending that time for Raylan Quessenberry, who couldn't hang on. And again, we're not making excuses, but it's wet down there.
Well, I don't know so much he couldn't hang on. I don't think they ever got him the ball. I think they just let him, that time Shepard, I think just let him too soon, because I don't think Quessenberry was ever able to get to the ball. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 at the Beckley Stratton 15. They put a man in motion. They'll run the ball up the gut. There's a big hole, and just bouncing off the tacklers is Bailey. Good hard run as he gets the ball down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, and that might be the final play of the third quarter. We'll see, as we're up under 20 seconds left in the third.
I tell you what, that Bailey Jace Bailey just runs hard.
They'll put the ball down at the 8-yard line. They might get this play off before the end of the quarter. 5 seconds left in the quarter. And they do get it off. And it's going to be a half-back pass. There's Bailey to throw into the end zone. It's deflected and tipped and broken up. They had Shepard wide open as he came out of the backfield. If he pitched, had they to hit him. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, your score is Shady 20, Beckley Stratton nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television. The Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off. Right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry. We have Nick Eskins, the heavy hitter, Maddie Belcher producing and directing. And we have the one and only cameraman out in the rain hanging in there, Bill.
You know.
And that is
Jackie Moon. Is just he's done a great job, and he hasn't complained yet.
Well, Bill, I can tell you this. The down marker across the way has 3rd down, but it should be 4th down. And I think I'm correct in saying that because 1st down was from the 15. They went nowhere. 2nd down, they ran the ball to the 8. 3rd down, they had that pass play, so this should be 4th down.
See, I'm glad you do keep the running.
And now they've changed
there
it,
they go.
And they are correct. So 4th down play for Shady as we switch ends. They can get a 1st down without a touchdown. They have 8 for the touchdown and 3 for the 1st down. And they're going to throw a pass, and they're going to come back with the play exactly like they did before, and the quarterback is wide open. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. I told you during the commercial break that when they ran the play, the quarterback Shepard threw the ball to the running back Bailey, and he was wide open had Bailey seen him. And so they come back and they run that exact same play as Bailey was wide open, and he catches the touchdown pass. So Shady has had the ball 3 times in the second half, and they've scored on all 3 possessions. That was a 40-yard drive in 6 plays.
Yeah, so Bailey threw the pass.
Right.
Shepard, the quarterback, caught it.
Yes.
He broke an ankle tackle and went in for the score, and now it's 26-zip.
And now they'll go for 2 and try to add 2 more on, and there'll be a pass play into the end zone. Man's open, hauls it in for the 2-point conversion.
Wow.
I can't quite see that number that caught that here on the near sideline.
22.
And that would be
Braylon Davis.
So your new score with 7:50 left in the game is now Shady 28 and Beckley Stratton nothing. That was a 40-yard drive in 6 plays, and it was a 8-yard touchdown pass from Bailey to Shepard. The 2-point conversion is good. The scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. And, boy, I tell you, I would love to have me a nice blue can of Pepsi about right now. And right now, Shady has really flexed their muscles building the second half. They've scored every time they've had the ball.
I hope you'll share that can with me. I love Pepsi.
I might. I tell you what, you bring the Cheez-Its and I'll bring the Pepsi. How you like that? Bill knows what I'm talking about.
That's a deal.
That.
I do that every night.
I know.
Got my can of Pepsi and a box of Cheez-Its.
So you bring the Cheez-Its, I'll bring the Pepsi. How you like that?
White cheddar, by the way.
Well, hey, that works for me.
Okay.
All right, so Shady in command of the game with 7:50 left in the rain here. And it'll be kickoff time for Shady. But Beckley Stratton just had a hard time of moving the ball. And
well, you got to give Shady credit. I mean, they have just made the corrections necessary.
So here comes the ensuing kickoff, the 40, about the 38-yard line. Couldn't quite see who brought that in across the way. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Beckley Stratton. They'll put it down at the 39-yard line.
This will be the 3rd chance on offense in this half for the Bulldogs. Their first opportunity wound up as a punt, which was returned and set up an easy touchdown. The next time they gave it up on downs at the 40, and so here's their 3rd try to get on the scoreboard in the second half.
So from the 39, and Shady has dominated the game, leading 28-0. They led 6-0 at halftime, but in this second half, they scored on all 3 possessions to open up this lead. Here's a running play, and that's maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Wyson, he had no chance as Shady able to stack them up. And I think you'd agree, Bill, I don't think this is weather-related, but the fact that Beckley Stratton has just not been able to hit up any pass plays at all, Shady's been able to load the box, and there's just nowhere to run.
That's exactly it. Stratton's still looking for their first win of the year. They're 0-2 coming in. Shady is 1-2. And, of course, the big inter-city game next week between Park and Beckley Stratton.
Yeah, Park playing down at Princeton tonight. They'll play that game up at Park on Park Avenue next week. And we'll have, by the way, after this play, I'll tell you about the middle school championship game that we'll have on Video Productions on this 2nd down and 10 play for Beckley Stratton on their own 39-yard line. It's going to be a running play, and Wyson, he'll cross the 40. He tried to break a tackle, but they knocked him down right there, maybe at the 41, and that's about it. But as last year, and Bill, if you recall, you worked the championship game with me last year when it was Trapula at Independence.
In Coal City, yeah.
Right. Well, the middle school football championship game will be on Halloween night, October 31st, and it'll be at the highest seed. And right now, with the way Independence has been playing and the way they're putting up points, 76 against Park, 62 against Shady, and what they've been able to do, it looks like Independence will be that top seed, and whomever the 2nd seed is, that game will be at the 1st seed. So unless there's some drastic changes, it looks like Independence is going to be that top seed, and the game will be there on Halloween night, Thursday, October 31st.
Ooh.
How you like that?
Pretty scary.
All right, here's the 3rd down play, 3rd down and 8, the ball on their own 41-yard line. They'll run the ball, and that will go nowhere. And they run the ball to Taylor.
Yeah. Inside handoff, and Shady was right there.
And like I said, Bill, the inability for Beckley Stratton to really make any plays in the passing game, Shady's able to load up the box, and there's no threat for Beckley Stratton to throw the ball, and there's just no running lanes. So 4th down, you're down 4 touchdowns. You're definitely going to go for it here. 4th and 10, the ball goes back to the original line of scrimmage.
Shady on that defense, 25 is Joe Scott, 71 is Joseph Mihalik. I mean, these guys on that defense for the Tigers have really done the job.
I beg your pardon. I said it went back to the original line of scrimmage. They actually gave him a yard on the play out to the 42. It's 4th down. They got to get 7 yards out to the 49. They fumbled the ball. It's picked up. Davis spins, but he's not going to get a first down, and Shady will take over on downs.
On downs again. That's sort of been the story. That is the fourth time that the Bulldogs have had to give it up on downs. So, with 5:25 left and a 28-0 lead, Shady Spring gets the ball back in great field position.
Yep, they'll take over at the Beckley Stratton 47-yard line.
So they've had it the last three times Shady has, starting off in enemy territory. 47 this time, the 40 last time, and...
Well, the first time was on their own 42.
Yeah, so really, I mean, they've had great field position on all four of their possessions here in the second half.
The 3 touchdown drives was a 2-play, 58-yard touchdown drive, a 1-play, 4-yard touchdown drive, and a 6-play, 40-yard touchdown drive. There's a timeout on the field, and while we got a minute, we can tell you about Heather Cantley and Edward Jones.
And also we want to mention people that we've got Exit, Elevation Realty.
We'll get that in a minute. Let me get Edward Jones
in.
That's what I was ready. On the screen. I know you're ready.
Oh, I'm supposed to look at the screen. That's right.
Yeah, you're supposed to, Bill. That's
Sorry,
okay.
Maddie.
Maddie's on her game.
Yeah, I'm not.
So Edward Jones, plan for your retirement by opening a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. You can call Heather Cantley at 681-254-0097. Now, Bill, take it away.
All right. We'll switch to the next logo, and that's Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond is the broker, and you can call him at the office. It's 304-256-0101, Exit Elevation Realty. And our friend is Luke Richmond. A lot of people know him.
So out of the timeout, Shady will have it at the Beckley Stratton 47. 5:25 left in this one. It's been all Shady. They led 6-0 at halftime. They've scored 3 times here in the second half, and they lead 28-0.
New quarterback.
And they'll run the ball. They got the edge. They got a nice little gain to the 40-yard line.
So that was Zach Hirschberger quarterbacking, and he handed it off to Quessenberry, 45.
So Quessenberry with a nice carry. And gets the ball 7 yards down to the Beckley Stratton 40-yard line.
Second down, a long 3. Up by 28-0, 5 minutes to play in the game. And
the rain continuing to come down.
It is. It's just not stopping. Nice and steady, so that's going to help this drought go away.
And, you know, Bill, when you look at the stadium lights, it looks like it's snowing when you look at the lights. Here's a running play to the near side. I think that's McGuire that running the ball. And it was McGuire, and he gets inside the 40, and he gets the ball down to the 37-yard line of Beckley Stratton. So we got 3 on the play, and that should put him right at a first down or very close to a first down.
Very close, third down and about a foot.
Well, he's right at the down marker. The drive started on the 47. He's at the 37. That should be enough for a first down.
I'm looking at it.
It should be a first down.
Actually, they show it. Yep, there it is.
Well, yeah, because I was going to say – it started on the 47. The ball is exactly what you need for the line to gain at the 37. And as you said, now they see it as we do, and they extend the chains for a first down. And I don't know why we got a stoppage and play. There must have been a timeout there.
Okay, timeout. 4:04 left in the game. And let's tell you about our friends, Scotty Brown, the State Farm agent in Shady Spring. You know, Scotty Brown knows what it takes because he runs a small business too. So here's to our local small business owners. Everything you do to help your business succeed, well, State Farm agent Scotty Brown can help you too. Get your insurance with an agent who gets you. Scotty Brown in Shady Spring. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. He's at 681-238-6130.
Also, the game tonight brought to you by Michael Frobel for Judge. As Michael Frobel is a candidate for the circuit judge in the 2nd Division, a runoff when the election day rolls around there on November the 5th, I believe it is.
It is.
And Michael is proud to support the student-athlete of Raleigh County. All right, so out of the timeout, it will be a first down for Shady at the 37-yard line of Beckley Stratton. And they'll run the ball straight ahead. They got some new players into the ball game.
Tristan Fox carried the ball that time, and Hirschberger is the new quarterback. As we told you, he wears number 10.
And they'll have, let's see, that'll go for no gain. But right now, if you're if you're Shady, you just want to milk the clock to get out of here with the win. You're up 28-0. The damage has been done. Shady led 6-0 at the break, and then they've scored on their 3 previous possessions of the second half to blow this game open.
Really have, and they've done it every way you want. They've done in close. They've had sustained drives. But their defense is the thing that's really been good tonight.
So 2nd and 10 as we're getting close to the 3-minute mark of the game. It's going to be a pass play. Now the quarterback's going to tuck it under and run, and nice defensive tackle out there. Nice play by Beckley Stratton. And that's Wyson on the defensive play, and that's going to go for a loss back to the 39-yard line.
Well, we're under 3 minutes to go in this game.
So tomorrow night, high school football. Eric Thomas will join me. We'll be in Coal City, West Virginia, and it'll be Bluefield and Independence. And we'll kick off at 7 o'clock, anticipating a very big crowd out at Coal City tomorrow, as Independence had a big crowd at their home opener and a big victory over Scott last week, Bill. And Bluefield coming off that 43-7 loss here on this stadium on this turf against Beckley last week.
2 of the outstanding high school coaches, John Lilly and Freddie Simon, going after each other.
So here's a 3rd down play, 3rd and 12 for Shady. And they're going to throw the ball or attempt to. And the quarterback throws it, and that might be intentional grounding. I'm not sure he got out of the tackle box, and there comes the flag because he did not get the ball to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a penalty and a loss of down.
Jackson Pennington was the rusher for the Bulldogs. Did a great job.
Jackson Pennington getting in there with a nice play. So that will be a loss of down and make it 4th down as they mark the penalty off back to midfield.
So this will be the first punt of the night, if that's what they're going to do, and it looks like it.
Yeah, I don't think that punting is in the middle school playbook. Maybe it is. I could be wrong. Maybe they are setting up the punt. Nope. They're going to run it, and Beckley Stratton's going to take over on downs as they'll take over on the Shady 49-yard line as we got 2:02 left in the game.
Gavin Kahn made a great defensive play for the Bulldogs on that. So on downs for the first time, Shady gives it up.
And if you're Beckley Stratton, you have 2:02 left in the game, and nobody likes to get shut out. It's obvious Beckley Stratton's not going to win it. So you're going to try to see, obviously, if you go down here, maybe if you can get a touchdown, is it going to put the ball down, especially on the midfield. And Beckley Stratton's going to call a timeout, change of possession here. So the ball is squarely at midfield as the rain continues to fall. Well, Bill, I'm sure you had a chance to watch your Thundering Herd last week against Ohio State. They hung in there for a little while, and then the talent just took over for Ohio State.
I missed a lot of that game. I was the MC in Mount Hope at the Mount Hope Jubilee last Saturday afternoon. Lonnie Warwick, the great NFL player for the Minnesota Vikings, mostly for them.
Yep, played in the Super Bowl.
That's
Super Bowl
right.
4 New Orleans against the Chiefs.
There you go.
January 4th, 1970. How about that?
So they honored him. They're going to name the Mount Hope Municipal Stadium after Lonnie Warwick, and well-deserved. And it was great. Had a chance to talk to a couple of folks who are really close to Lonnie Warwick. They were on the phone, and we put them on the loudspeaker there for the assembled crowd downtown. And one of them was Jimbo Fisher, the former head coach, and now he's paid not to coach.
Yeah, paid big not
Texas
to coach
A&M.
now.
So I asked him, I said, hey,
yeah.
how would you like to come back to West Virginia to coach? And he said, I'd like to come and visit. That's what he said.
When you're getting paid to do nothing, I think that beats it. That's a pretty good gig, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Here's Beckley Stratton from midfield. They moved a little too soon. And actually, Bill, I thought they've kind of done that most of the night, and now they get caught for it, and that'll cost them 5. It'll be 1st and 15. They'll move the ball back to their own 45-yard line. But anyway, talking about Ohio State and Marshall, Marshall was the first team to get in the red zone against Ohio State this year. And they went down, and Marshall had a lead on Ohio State at 7-0. And, even when it was 14-7, there was a punt that Ohio State fumbled, and they called Marshall for a penalty. And Marshall recovered that fumbled punt like about the 7-yard line. And then from that point on, it was all Ohio State.
Wyatt Akerd is wearing number 7. He's the new quarterback for the Bulldogs.
So 1st and 15, and we got another penalty. Let's see what we got. They blew the play dead. That makes me think it's on the offense. And no, now they're going to say it's offsides on Shady and give the 5 yards back to him.
Okay. Well, we're trying to get these last 2 minutes done. If you've tuned in late, it was a close game at halftime, 6-0 favor of Shady Spring. But in the third quarter and here in this quarter, it's been all Tigers. They have just, well, they've known what to do with the ball. Their defense was great, but their offense was outstanding. At the conclusion of this game, we'll have a quick post-game show, the Pioneer Community Bank wrap-up show. Here's going to be a running play for Beckley Stratton. Wyson. And he's down the near sideline. This might go to the 20, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown as Wyson will go 50 yards for a Beckley Stratton touchdown. I don't see any flags, and Beckley Stratton has a one-play 50-yard drive, and that will keep Shady from pitching a shutout, and Beckley Stratton's on the board with 1:44 left in the contest as we watch it there on the Access Health instant replay. There's Wyson going down the near sideline, scampering into the end zone. Ouch. So Beckley Stratton will line up and go for 2. That'll leave a mark. That's a one-play 50-yard drive, 50-yard touchdown run by Wyson. And now they'll line up and, like I said, go for 2 with 1:44 left to make the score 28-6. Akerd is the quarterback. Yep. Akerd up under center. And he's going to run the ball, and that's not going to happen for him. So the 2-point conversion fails. So your new score with 1:44 left in the game is now Shady 28, Beckley Stratton 6. That was a one-play, 50-yard drive, a 50-yard touchdown run by Wyson. The PAT no good. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi from Southern West Virginia. And whether it's Pepsi in the blue can or whether it's a Diet Pepsi in the silver can or Pepsi Zero in the black can, you know that you got it right when you're with Pepsi. Love it. All right, so Bill, maybe we'll have an onside kick. You got to get that big hop on this turf if it isn't going to be an onside kick. And nope, they don't onside kick it. Shady will return it. The kick goes back inside the 30-yard line. It's Kane. He's got some room as he crosses the 35, and he's down at the 38-yard line with a minute and a half remaining in the game. Kane was able. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. So this will be the 5th chance on offense. And, Bill, you're really pulling out the material with that. Just, you're down to a minute and a half to play. Game is pretty much decided. And they're going to give him the 40-yard line. Yeah. Pull out the old stuff. So Shady's going to get the win, and they are going to go to 500 and go 2-2. And Beckley Stratton will remain winless. They'll go to 0-3. So from their own 40, a lot of new players getting into the game for Beckley Stratton. Now they had too many out there. Just did get back. Yeah. 12th player. Actually, they broke the huddle with 12. Actually, it probably should have been a penalty, but I can understand at this juncture why you didn't want to throw it. Edmund Kane again carried the ball. And that'll be tomorrow night. Beckley is off tomorrow, so I'll be back here a week from tomorrow. Yep, we'll have 2 games. You'll be here at Beckley for Beckley at Preston. Eric and I next week will be at Shady for Greenbrier East and Shady. And the Beckley game will be here on this stadium. Here at Van Meter. All right, here's a running play for Shady. It's a nice run. Going to gain more than 10 yards. Going to get across midfield and get down to the Beckley Stratton 45, maybe the 44. That was a nice play. Sure was. And glad these kids get a chance to play. The ones who've been sitting on the bench. Actually, they're going to put him out at the 46-yard line of Beckley Stratton, and perhaps we got one more play left. There's 34 seconds. The clock stopped when he went out of bounds. But Beckley Stratton's going to get the win. They lead in the ball game 28-6. Now the clock starts, and like I said, perhaps this is going to be the final play of the game. Hirschberger. And
He breaks a tackle.
Wow.
Goes down the far sideline. Got a first down. That was a nifty run.
Mm-hmm.
Gets inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line of Beckley Stratton.
Zach Hirschberger, just a 7th grader, and he showed us a move right there.
Well, Bill, if you ask somebody, do you like you love playing in the rain when you're winning, you don't like playing in the rain when you're losing, and that's going to be the final play of the game. So that's the ball game. Your final score is Shady 28 and Beckley Stratton 6. We'll take a 1-minute break.
By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. It's clear, nothing but moves! Incredible! A touchdown for the win! I can't believe it!
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television. The Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off. Right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take